Hi, I'm Bruse from Ouroboros, and you're listening to Cigare&Whiskey with Yannick Thériault.
Hey folks, it's Nick from TDC Moncton and Cigare&Whiskey. I'm here today over at the St. John ECMA Awards, smack dab in the middle of downtown. And with me, we've got one of the important members, Bruse.
Hello.
Now, Greg, tell us about the inception of your band.
I was finishing my master's at Memorial. I was studying classical music, and I was listening to a lot of my favorite band, most favorite band of all time, the Tiptons. They're a quartet and drums based out of Brooklyn and Seattle, and loved their music to death. And so I was thinking, well, what am I going to do now that I'm done my master's and start this group? So I actually bought a bunch of their charts, and we started playing them, and then we started writing our own tunes and doing our own arrangements, and it kind of went from there.
Now, you're originally from which province and city?
St. John's, Newfoundland.
Okay, and the members of the band are entirely from that area?
Yep, all townies.
All townies. How did you guys actually meet together?
Well, it was kind of it was a put together band. Like, it's not like we started jamming and then the band came out of it. I said, well, I need 3 other saxophone players. Who's going to play which instrument? I knew I wanted. Yeah, the instrumentation changed a little bit. I was playing clarinet, alto, and tenor, and I knew I needed at least another alto and a tenor and a bari and a drummer. So in St. John's, there's not a lot of saxophone players, so it's pretty limited. But you know, asked around and ended up getting the people I wanted, and yeah, now I don't play any tenor in the group. It's just clarinet and alto. Okay. And then it's yeah, so clarinet and alto, me, and Susan Evoy plays alto, Chris Harnett plays tenor, Nicole Hand plays bari, and Andrew McCarthy's on the drums.
Wow. Apart from the drums, it's pretty much just a woodwind section and brass.
Yeah. We don't like to kind of distinguish ourselves as like a saxophone quartet plus drums. We're just a band. And
just a band?
Just so happens it's 4 saxophones and drums. What
date would you say that you officially came as Ouroboros onto the scene?
I think the first show we did, we weren't Ouroboros. We were playing the music of this band, the Tiptons.
Okay.
And that was in, I think, December 2012. So it was probably, took us 6 months to start writing our own tunes and say, yeah, you know, we need to kind of come up with a name for ourselves. So yeah, it's probably, 2013, mid-2013.
Other than the influences that you have, I've noticed on the drive up that the band's sound is quite unique, and in fact it's quite dynamic. Just before the interview we were discussing about the fact that I found that there was a lot of outside influences similar to the Lemon Bucket Orchestra. Would you say that it's because of the background of the musicians that they were put together in such a fashion?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fairly varied background. Like, we all have experience in kind of straight ahead jazz music. I'm really interested in Eastern European folk musics, so klezmer music and music from the Balkans. And other people in the band have a great interest in funk, and we all kind of, because we all come from like being classically trained, so we all are into kind of the more avant-garde side of things. I guess you could kind of consider our band a little bit like third stream, like combining classical music, because it's fairly composed. Yeah, but I think for me, my kind of path as a musician has not been, it's been focused at times, but generally it's been a wide, I would call myself like a wide learner. So there's classical music, jazz music, there's funk, there's you know, I used to be really involved in hip-hop music, and now it's Balkan and klezmer music I'm spending a lot of my time with. So it's a lot of different things. So this band allows me to write in a way that we're not trying to be a Balkan band. We're not trying to be like a jazz group. We're just, like trying to think of a name for it. I just call it, it's world beat party jazz. That's the best way I can describe it.
The album that you have right now was produced a year ago, if I remember correctly, or released a year ago?
Almost 2 years ago, actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
And the title, was it self-titled?
Yeah, it was self-titled. So our next album is going to be called Cachusis, which is a small community in Newfoundland, and that's going to be coming out in July, and we've got kind of a preview track that you can look at online. It's on our Instagram, it's on our Facebook, it's on our website that you can go and listen to it, and it's a tune I wrote called Cabbage, and it kind of everyone who's familiar with our old album will really hear that it's this next album is going to be, it's very, very exciting. It's a real it's sounding great so far, and it's not near finished, so we're really looking forward to releasing this next album.
Any other awards that you might have been nominated for a year ago?
Recently,
or more recently?
I guess in it would have been 2015. We got Instrumental Album of the Year for the 2015 Music NL Awards, and like this year, for the local the Overcast, which is our St. John's local arts paper. I think we got best. Last year, I know we got best local album, and we got best. Geez, I can't remember now. This year, anyways, we were able to get some kind of People's Choice Awards this year as well. So we get a lot of great feedback from our fans, and lots of people come out and hear our really kind of weird music. So that's good.
Now, I'm assuming since you're from Newfoundland, a lot of the tours are probably on the island instead of coming into the Maritimes or even out west or east?
There's actually in Newfoundland there's not really a touring circuit on the island.
Okay.
We've done one kind of cross island tour, but there's only a couple of places where you can play original music. So it's really so most of we've only done 2 tours, and they've been all like Eastern Canadian tours, like essentially like flying into Halifax or Montreal and then renting a van and then touring around there. But this summer we're going to the UK. We're going to be playing Nostock, the Hidden Valley, in July.
Nice.
So that's going to be an anchor date for us for playing some shows in the UK. So we're really excited. It's going to be our first international appearance, and we're really looking forward to that.
Would you say that there are challenges doing the type of music that you have if you have a girlfriend or a family with children?
Yeah, well, our tenor player, he has a partner and he has 2 young boys. So touring is difficult. Is really difficult.
Okay.
So we can't. We're trying to avoid the make no money, sleep on floors kind of
touring.
We're hoping to skip that, and we've been fairly successful in that in our last 2 tours. So, we're all kind of experienced musicians and experienced grant writers, so we've been successful in getting funding for touring. So so we haven't had to slum it too much, but whatever you're doing, whatever music you're making, it's a huge sacrifice in time and money and resources. So I know for me, I'm unencumbered by family, so I can go and do what I please. But not everyone in the band has that flexibility.
Well, with that said, any particular tidbits or items that you'd like to provide to up-and-coming musicians or listeners as to what to expect when they go into the passion that calls to them in regards to music?
That's a real tough one. If you don't know exactly what you want out of music, take your time. Like, I just turned 34, and I think it's only been the past few years. I've been gigging since I was like 18, so it's just now where I kind of really know where I'm going, and it's this very wide path. But I now finally feel like I'm developing my voice. I think I'm done trying out this and trying out that and trying out this other thing. So it takes a long time. So if you're going to do tours and you're going to be in different bands and you're going to try out things and it might not work, but stick with it and keep listening and keep playing and keep learning music, and you will develop your own voice, and it's very rewarding.
Well, Greg, thank you very much for giving us your time today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And,